They didn't have dating apps when I was single here into the Tokyo area, but I found a video review of some dating apps for here in Japan that I think will definitely help you guys out. Check it out. So this time I'm happy to be doing this one because I get to review a video by Young James, another up and coming Japan related creator who's out here in the streets. He's a lot younger than me, running around living life like how I was doing in my 20s. Well, not exactly like him, but, but he's still in Japan, living life, exploring a lot of things that there are to explore, experiencing a lot of things there are to experience here. And of course, we are from different generations, but him and I interacted a little bit in comments and stuff like that here and on TikTok as well. Seems like a really cool guy. And so he knows a lot more about the app world than I do. And, I've mentioned a bit before, but again, it's after my time in the streets ended and I don't really know in detail about it. I've heard some other creators talk about their game and stuff like that, how they use it and in other videos. So I found one of his where he goes in a bit more detail, and I thought I'd share it with you guys and, enlighten, if you will. So basically, there's not that much background information needed on this. He did, I think, a live about a year ago, and he went quite a bit of detail about the apps here and what to expect and which ones to choose from. So probably not going to be that much from me. I'm just going to let him speak and drop in stuff as I see fit.
I'm no expert. I know I may look like one. I know I'm quite nice to look at. However, I'm no dating expert, man. I'm so introverted, like I don't know everything about dating. I don't know anything about women, let alone Japanese women, man. Let's just say in Japan, scientists haven't even began researching yet. That's how confusing these girls are out here. But I'll tell you whatever I do know, give you some of my experiences. So first of all, I'm super introverted, man. Like I don't go out much, let alone to clubs or bars or the dating areas in Japan. I will say that Nampa, N-A-M-P-A, is relatively popular here and not frowned upon so much. That means like picking up people on the street, just like asking girls who are just walking, just like outside pickup is Nampa. You see it quite often. Actually, if you go to any of the super popular train stations, I shit you not, there will always be a bunch of guys dressed like complete fuckboys, literal fuckboys, a whole bunch of makeup, all their eyebrows done, expensive bags that probably don't even have anything in them that they're just holding to make it look like they have money. They're always carrying like Louis bags and expensive shoes and unbuttoned shirts with a whole bunch of jewelry on, and they're always in the middle of the stations just looking for girls, and you just watch them, dude. They just like go one after another, like, which means like, like whatever, excuse me, miss. And they're just like one after another talking to girls, and some of them, like, sometimes they do pull out their phone and give them their numbers. So I do see that quite often.
Oh, so that's interesting. I didn't really realize that Young James doesn't really go out to bars and clubs and stuff like that. Again, like, I'm not saying you got to. Whatever works for you, whatever is your bag, that's your bag. And, it clearly seems like he's working for him. But as far as the Nampa part, I do kind of disagree on that. Well, not really. I haven't been in the younger areas that much. I have heard and got the feeling that Nampa has increased quite a bit in the last like several years. I don't know why. I think it's probably because of YouTube and social media, TikTok and stuff like that. Nampa experts and stuff like that teaching guys how to do things. And I'm guessing that, the bar for doing that is kind of a lot lower now, and guys are just thinking like, okay, if I try enough times, like I can get something that way, and they don't really have the confidence or game to really, or maybe funds to go about it the traditional way. So they're just like, hey, if I just keep talking, go to XYZ place where I heard there's a good Nampa spot, and I holla at like 1,000 girls, one of them is going to mess with me. So traditionally, though, there were guys, one or two guys in a few different stations that do try to Nampa girls, but it's not really a big thing. And as a foreign guy, I wouldn't try to do it that in that obvious kind of like hollering at everyone way. Again, you're just harassing women at that point. But if you've heard me say, if there is a chance encounter or something does happen, in another video I did, a guy meets a girl, talks to her at the gym or something like that. Not like the random stuff, but just, if there's a chance encounter or you share the same space with someone and they feel comfortable around you, you might approach them, or you've had some interaction with them. I'd say, yeah, it's fine. Or at nighttime in a club or a bar, stuff like that is fine, but it doesn't need to be. But I'd say don't just be posting up at a station, like, hollering at anything that moves. That's not really the best thing to do, in my opinion.
My main game here has been the dating apps. Let's just get this right off the bat right away. Japanese dating apps suck literal ass, dude. All of the men have to pay on all the Japanese dating apps. You have to pay if you want the full service. If you want to be able to message girls, you have to pay. They say that you don't to use the app. Oh, this app is not this app does not come with the price. This app is free for everyone. But like, you have to pay to message people. Like, so it completely defeats the purpose. However, there are like 4 or 5 or 6 of those Japanese dating apps that are pretty popular here and used pretty widely. For women, they're mostly all free, and for men, you have to pay. And dude, it's not just like Tinder or something where you pay like $10 a month. I shit you not, most of them are around $30 a month, which is just like, as a student, bro, that's out of my, as a man with respect for myself, that's out of my fucking price range, dude. I'm not simping that hard where I'm gonna pay $30 a month to look for girls and to have a chance to converse with girls that I don't even know if they're gonna go on a date with me. Fuck that.
Yeah, I wouldn't be down with using the Japanese dating apps either. In his, look, he has the look. He's got some muscles. He's got the blonde hair. I can't tell what his eye colors are, but even if he was on a dating app, he has good Japanese ability. So if he were to go to the Japanese dating apps, he would do well in that situation. There would be like women be like, oh my gosh, wanting to go after him. I do remember over the past few years, there were quite a few of them. I'm not going to go over and list them, but I'm sure if you do a bit of digging, you can find out what they are. If you want to go down that path, I would say make sure that you do have pretty strong Japanese speaking ability. Not like I can say, Nihonjin desu ka, like, which is something you should never say to Japanese women, by the way. Okay. But you should be able to sit down. If you're able to sit down and have a half-an-hour conversation with Japanese people without checking your phone or actually being able to go flow with the conversation, then, and of course you can read kanji, then I would say maybe the Japanese apps might be for you. But if you're still learning, still getting started, it might not be a good idea.
So I use the American dating apps here, and Tinder and Bumble, I know, are available in the Japanese app store as well. So Japanese people actually do use Tinder, and they actually do use Bumble as well. However, if you're using like Hinge here, the only people you're gonna find are other people that came from a foreign country. Or if you're using like, I don't know what else, like maybe like Plenty of Fish or something like that. I don't know, I've never used them, but if you're using one of these apps that's a little bit more niche, they're only going to be used by people who also came from a foreign country. So if you're like into Japanese girls, if you're trying to like, if you're one of those fetishizers, like, you're not going to find Japanese girls on those apps.
Okay, he lost me with a lot of apps he was naming. I signed up for Tinder, I think one time for 20 minutes just to see what it was like. I've heard of Bumble. I don't know the difference between the two. He said like Hinge. I've heard people talk about it on videos. No idea what that is. And Plenty of Fish. I think it was a website, but I know it's kind of dirty. But again, I'm old. I don't really know about that. So he knows a lot better than me. You know a lot better than me. Please leave a comment with the difference between these things. I don't know. Another video I did, the guy said Bumble is good. I don't know the difference between Bumble and Twitter, but whatever.
Tinder sucks literal ass here in Japan. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but let's put it this way, dude. When I was in America, when I lived in Chicago, in another city, if I wanted to swipe right, because come on, guys, everybody knows we do swipe and sort. We don't have time to be looking at all the profiles and swiping left and swiping right. Dude, we just swipe 50 times a day, as fast as you can, and then you check them out later. If I do swipe and sort 50 swipes, my 50 daily free swipes on Tinder in Chicago, I average like 5 matches a day. And out of those 5 matches, like whatever, I don't know if I would talk to any of them, but I would still, let's say I average 5 matches a day, which yeah, probably around that's probably accurate. Here in Japan, I literally match like 1, maybe 1 every day. If I just do swipe and sort, if I just swipe on anyone. Out of those 1 a day that I match with, only like 1 out of 5 will actually be a real person. Because 4 out of 5 of those matches that you get on Tinder are going to be bots, or they're going to be like hostesses from like host bars who want you to go. Like, it's going to be some type of worker. It's going to be a sex worker, or it's going to be like a hostess from a hostess bar who wants you to go and dine with them and pay money to hang out with them.
Okay, so Tinder sucks, I guess. Like, I don't know the whole I mean, it kind of makes sense to me. Like, it's just a numbers game, so you're just swiping a whole bunch. But again, I know I sound completely old to you guys because I don't know really what's going on. But yeah, that makes sense.
And check this out. That one person out of those 5, this is like, I'm not making this shit up. That one person out of those 5 that you do match with, that person, they won't have anything on their profile. It'll just be the back of their head. It'll just be the back of their head because they don't want to, like, because Japanese people don't show their face. They don't, and girls definitely don't want to show their face on a dating app. So it'll just be the back of their head, so you don't even know what the fuck they look like. Or here's what's gonna be. It's gonna be, one picture is gonna be a picture of the back of their head, and the second picture is gonna be a picture of like a cat, and the third picture is gonna be like some type of picture of Japanese food, or like a cute looking cheesecake or some shit. Like a cheesecake in the shape of a little panda. So you're gonna know what the fuck they look like. And that's why Tinder sucks ass. Like, this entire time I've been here, I've only gotten like probably 1 date out of Tinder the entire time I've been here. So
yeah, Tinder sucks. I do agree with them about the profile pictures on social media as well. You'll find that as well. Like, definitely desserts, maybe pets. Any girl with a pet, I might be 50-50 about her actually wanting to hang out. Even on Instagram, like, food might be a normal girl. The beach, I'd say it was probably a good call, even if you can't see her face, just because, like, if she's going to the beach, she probably has a good beach body. The face is a toss up, but she might be kind of cute. But yeah, back of their head is probably gonna be back of their head. If they have like a lot of like dangly hairstyle, might be okay, but pets, that might be a little bit of a red flag for me. But you just got to get used to the fact that you're probably going to see a lot of social media accounts without someone's face, just because Japanese people are shy. They're worried about someone that they know seeing their account, their coworkers, things like that. Privacy is a huge thing in Japan. You probably heard me say it before, and this is another reason why. Don't get mad at it. It's just the way it is.
now, guys, what I have found is the best solution to all of this, no doubt. By far the best solution to any of this, dude, Bumble. Bumble is the absolute move here in Japan. It's not perfect, it's got its flaws, but it is the move. It is widely used overseas and only a little bit used in Japan. However, Japanese men and women both use it here in Japan. So, you're not just finding people from overseas, you're not just finding gaijin hunter, which gaijin hunter are like Japanese girls who are looking for foreigners because they have some type of obsession with foreigners, because they fetishize foreigners. They're only gonna like you for your blonde hair or your blue eyes or because you speak English. They speak English, they've been to a million countries, they've fucked every single foreigner, and a lot of them have been rejected by Japanese guys, and that's why they're looking for foreigners, and a lot of them are fucking crazy. Now, obviously, are all of them crazy? No, there are plenty of Japanese women who are interested in foreigners, and that's just what they're into, and like that's totally cool and fine by me. But a lot of them are crazy and they're weird, and they will only like you because you have blonde hair and blue eyes, and that's creepy as fuck, and that's weird. And I want someone to like me for me, not because I'm a foreigner. There are going to be some people like that on Bumble. Japanese men and Japanese women use Bumble as well to just find Japanese men and to find Japanese women. So if you're looking for the widest pool to meet all types of people, dude, you got to get on Bumble. It's free. I'm not being paid by Bumble either. It's free. You can meet foreigners on there. You can meet Japanese people on there. You can meet English speakers. You can meet only Japanese speakers on there. That is the move. That's where I've had the most success. And I will say, don't even waste your time with other apps, man. Just get on Bumble when you get out here. If this is what you're looking to do, if you're looking to get in Japan and you're looking to date people, get on Bumble. No matter what type of person you're looking for, you can find them. I guarantee you can find them on Bumble. That is the go-to move.
So yeah, you can kind of see he's talking about gaijin hunters a little bit too, and he experiences his category of Japanese groupies, if you will, gaijin hunters and groupies who think he looks like, I don't know, Tom Cruise or something like that, or whoever the blonde hair guy that they obsess over is. And so he kind of gets mad love in that category, but you can tell he's also kind of experienced a lot of superficial love, which makes him kind of jaded by that type of girls, like, who probably want to be his girlfriend, sleep with him down to like smash, like off the grid one night or whatever, just because he's kind of what they appear to want in their life. And as far as Gaijin hunters, I'd say he's totally right. He probably, being like a white guy, kind of well built, I guess he has blue eyes and blonde hair. He probably gets more of the Gaijin hunter experience than, for example, I would, because the niche is kind of smaller for me. It's more like urban Gaijin hunters as far as like white guy Gaijin hunters. Like, you've got like Prince Harry, and you've got like Harry Potter, and you've got Tom Cruise, and you've got whoever the Ed Sheridan, fan Gaijin hunters, like all those categories of like Japanese Gaijin hunters who like white guys, and then black guys has been like, hey, Usher, or I don't know, whoever they say I look like. So there you have it from young James himself. He does talk about Bumble. There's another video where a guy hooked up with some girls using Bumble in a nightclub. I'll leave a link to that, and I'll talk to you next time.